I want to talk to you about the question portion of the Magnificent Six, the 6 elements of every lesson plan. And this is the part of the lesson where you're going to engage students in an extended discussion. You obviously have time constraints, so you can't do it throughout. You can have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 questions, but you want 3 questions that will give your class an opportunity to think deeply, converse, and maybe even write about the topic of the day in a critical way. So for example, let's look at the Eleanor Roosevelt example. And one question you could ask is, how did society benefit from Eleanor Roosevelt's activism? They can turn and talk and discuss that, and then of course you will look for hands to respond, and you can ask further questions using almost the Socratic method. Another question you could ask is, how does Eleanor Roosevelt's work on the Declaration of Human Rights protect citizens today? And of course, in the content portion that we haven't talked about yet, you will include some of those details. It would be included in a video, in the lecture, in a short reading, and on and on. So then, of course, the students would get an opportunity to turn and talk and discuss that. And then, of course, you would elicit responses from the classroom. And finally, now all these questions are not asked consecutively, but they are parts integrated in different parts of the lesson to break up the lesson into some solo time and some group time, group discussion time, whole group discussion time. Finally, another question could be, discuss the pros and cons of a modern Eleanor Roosevelt style candidate running for office. How would she be received? And you can continue the question with what criticisms would she face in modern society, or what challenges would she face in modern society if she kept her approach today in today's politics. So you can update a lesson on a person who is from the 1940s and bring it to the present through this system. And that's the questioning portion, or the key questions, the deeper, the complex and complexity, the depth and complexity of a lesson would come through this question-answer discussion period about the pluses and the minuses and the different characteristics of Eleanor Roosevelt.